that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1129. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. Today, we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley. Plus, it'll be the return of Bison Bentley's fascinating segment, Do You Know Dat, with a interesting story.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Because I know you like interesting stories. And pudding.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Now, yesterday I said, hey, it's summertime, I need to get wet. So I went to a pool before I forget. It wasn't a pool, it was like a lake in Castro Valley. And I jumped into the water and I talked to a girl named Sally and she was really cute. No, that didn't happen.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But I did jump in this big lake water thing, Coal Canyon. I've walked around this thing so many times with Basil the Boxer,
Daily
and I have never
Podcast.
actually gone into the water.
Yeah!
And so it was a fun experience. The water was warm. It's like it's pretty huge. It's a big lake. It's like a huge pool. Like an Olympic-sized pool, perhaps, would be a best description. But it's shaped like a lake. There's sand in it. The water's constantly... I know a lot of you are like, ew, Mike, that sounds gross. No, they chlorinate it. It's filtered. They've got this filtering system. It works really good, even though you're surrounded by children that are probably peeing. Speaking of peeing, it was a Slurpee day yesterday. The free Slurpees were yesterday. Did you get one? I got 4. In the past, on Slurpee Day, I have ignored it because usually it was my wedding anniversary. And since I got divorced a couple years back, that it's become a non-versary. And so I don't really celebrate it. Instead, I go back to celebrating 7-Eleven Slurpee Day. So they have these little cups that you can fill up a Slurpee with. And the first one I went to, there was hardly anybody there. I got my Slurpee in like 5 seconds. Second one, same thing. Third one, bunch of kids out front. Fourth one, at this point, I'm like back in Podcastro Valley. Oh, look who just walked in. And there are so many kids lined up. And at that point, the line was pretty bad. Oh my gosh, my throat. I need some coffee over here in Cafe Anyway. I had one of those crackle bars. What do they call them? Those Nestle crackle bars. And so the little shards of nuts suddenly jumped into my throat. Thanks, guys. Another interesting thing, I don't know if you noticed, along with the Slurpees. Oh, let's say hi to who just walked in.
Hello, Michael Master. It's Madame Rootabega. I invented the Slurpee.
You did?
Yes, Michael Master. I have been around a long time.
Yes, you're basically immortal, so you're an immortal. You're a vampire.
I'm not a vampire.
Well, you've been alive a long time and you invented the Slurpee. How long ago was that?
About 2 years ago.
No, the Slurpee's been around like 50 years. They were celebrating their 50th anniversary yesterday. Look who else just walking in.
Hello, Mike. It's Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, did you just call Mole Schmidt on that Madame Rootabega Day? I got something in my throat, too.
Me too. Do you know that?
Did everybody eat crackles before the show? That's bad. Yeah, so Madame Rootabega, whatever you said. Ah! Whatever you said, Madame Rootabega. Thank you so much. But yeah, Slurpee Day yesterday. It was also Pokemon in the Park Day or something day. Everybody downloaded these Pokemon apps. All these millennials, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, hipsters, they're all walking around. I was down at the San Leandro Marina, and they're all holding their cell phone, and a lot of cute girls doing it too. And I finally went up to one and I go, what are you guys doing? And they're like, is this a scavenger hunt? And they said, no, it's Pokemon. Today, like, this Pokemon thing is going on. And they're showing me, as they're walking around, they're like holding their smartphones up, and suddenly there's like a Pokemon character that pops up. which we'll have to talk to Jarrell and do another Jarrell Name segment and find out more from him exactly what this is. Finally, what the... Now I don't remember what this was. I was trying to write something and it auto-corrected to don't pi. Which pi, of course, 3.14159. But I don't know what that means. So instead, I'm going to give you a special treat right now. This is... Okay, some of you don't know this, but I'm in radio. I'm sort of in radio. No, I am in radio. But there's this thing I do for one of the radio stations I work for is I read these commercials that then get played on the radio station. And they recently, actually yesterday, while I was soaking in the sun and enjoying the Coal Canyon Lake thing in Podcastro Valley, they said, hey, can you revoice this? So I'm like, sure. So I'm going to do it on my podcast right now. Ready? Here it goes. It's outrageous, magical, whiz-tastic. It's the Chevron Family Theater Festival today. A day-long festival filled with crazy family fun. Join 92.1 KKDV as more than 24 professional performers entertain you in the Leisure Center's 3 theaters, in the lobbies, and outside on the streets from 10 to 4. Outrageous features artists' paintings. I'm going to have to correct that because I suddenly found my voice so funny. Outrageous features artists painting. And I can't read that right. I think there needs to be an apostrophe there. It's what's throwing me in my brain. Outrageous features artists paintings. Oh, okay. It says outrageous features artists painting at electric speed. Let's say that. Outrageous features artists painting at electric speed. You'll also see Alex Ramon magic, The Wizard of Oz, and even a Prince and Princess parade today. That'll work perfect. All right, that's something I do. All right, and then also the big news today. Oh, the police chief in Dallas, who's black, was talking about the horrible shooting that happened on Thursday, and he said, you know what? If you don't be part of the problem, if you're protesting against the police, just remember we're hiring. In other words, we need police. So maybe you can help the community by becoming a policeman. It was a very interesting comment that he made. And Obama's in Dallas today. We'll see what happens. All right, as we get into the segment, Do You Know Dat? Just want to remind you that Mike'sDailyPodcast.com is a wonderful website that features all kinds of interesting links to all the past shows that I've done. There's a link to the Amazon thing. If you want to do any shopping on Amazon, go through Mike'sDailyPodcast.com and you help us out. And there is also the, what do you call it? The PayPal. If you want to donate, you'll get a special greeting from all the Cafe Anyway characters that eat a lot of crackle and get weird voices.
That's not true, Mike.
Yeah, not true. Do you know that?
They're all there at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com as well as the podcast picture. Oh, well, speaking of the podcast picture...
And here's today's podcast picture.
That car show I told you about last show, that was at the Redwood Chapel, right across the street from the Castro Valley Pride on Saturday. Had some awesome cars, and there's this purple sort of ZZ Top looking car. And I had Basil sit in front of him because he's brindle, and so he sat in front of the car, and the car's purple. Anyway, it's an interesting picture. Check it out now at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. Okay, now Do You Know Dat?
It's Bison Bentley's Do You Know Dat?
Hey, this is Bison Bentley, and Mike Matthews has a couple of stories that'll make you want to ask yourself, do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that?
So, more news about athletes saying they're not going to go to the Olympics because of the Zika virus. And now it's coming to California, apparently, according to the Castro Valley Forum. I love this paper. I'll try not to read any more stories from it. Give it a rest. But the Zika virus infection has raised fear and alarm this past year, spreading from Brazil to neighboring countries. But for now, the consensus is that we are unlikely to get an epidemic of Zika in California. A few Californians have been diagnosed with Zika, but so far all of these cases stem from travelers returning from affected areas. Pregnant women have the most to fear, as the virus can infect developing fetuses and seemingly cause microcephaly, a devastating birth defect. For Zika infection to spread to California, at least two conditions would need to be met. The mosquitoes that carry the virus have to live here, and there have to be a sufficient number of infected people for the mosquitoes to bite. Only two types of Aedes species mosquitoes can carry the virus. Unfortunately, these mosquitoes are nasty buggers. They can breed in just about any standing water, survive indoors or out, and they are aggressive biters day and night. If you have any standing water around your house or apartment, there's no reason. You need to just dump that out. Dump it out in the plant, dump it out on the tree, whatever, get it out. There's no reason for it at this point in the summer. The bad news, the mosquitoes are already here in California. They have been found in 12 counties, including Alameda County, where Podcaster Valley is. The good news is that the experts believe the current infection rate in California is very low. If you do get Zika, you likely won't know it, since 75 to 80% of infected people never have symptoms. That's nice. Those that do usually get a mild flu-like illness with fever, rash, or joint pains, although rarely the infection can cause more severe symptoms. The best news comes from the fact that we have been watching for other diseases transmitted by those same Aedes species mosquitoes in California over the past year. Dengue fever, which is caused by a virus closely related to Zika and transmitted by the same mosquitoes, has not emerged here despite close surveillance. Experts feel that this fact is cause for optimism, as long as caution is taken by those traveling to and returning from the areas of the epidemic. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Next show, it's Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the Engineer. Go jump in a pool. Go jump in some water. Get wet. It's summer. And then watch Wet Hot Summer. That's a bizarre movie filmed years ago before Paul Rudd got popular. You'll enjoy it. Oh, and Bradley Cooper's in it too. Or you won't.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!